right. Home, obviously, evident. And, it's kind of like the Oscar winners or any winners of any award. They always want to thank everybody. And I will do that. I will thank my realtor, of course, because she got the home sold pretty quickly. Really, in 6 days we had a sale at probably the maximum price that it could have been. So that was cool. So I guess good advice. I took the advice for the most part. Maybe a couple things I want to push back on, but I think all the key things, I took the advice and we got it sold. So special thanks to Leslie. Thanks to Chanel, because she got me to buy the house. That was the one person that kind of talked me into coming out and buying in Texas. I didn't even come out there to buy. I just bought online, but I'll still remember the morning when I got that phone call from the guy, the realtor, said, "Congratulations, you just bought a house." And I kind of thought, what have I done? I bought a house. So now, congratulations, you have sold a house. Different realtor, but yeah. And Sonia for hosting me today, and that made today much easier. So that was cool. And Sean for all the painting. He got me a good deal on paint and did a lot of the work for a pretty good cost. So I appreciate that. And loaned me a truck for a week when I was out there. That helped me out greatly. Renting a car would have been insane, and doing it with no car and Uber, it would have just been crazy. How would I even get the paint and all the supply, all the trips to Home Depot and Walmart? I couldn't have done that with Uber. Could have, but that would have been expensive. So that helped me out a great deal. And the kids, all the kids were fun to hang out with. Even the last time and this time, they were just a joy to be around. So she's raised good kids. And Mike for helping out as well. So even moving that refrigerator, that was a big assist, and helping out with all the things. Loaning me that air mattress or that mattress, that was cool. So yeah, and there's a lot of other people too, but they really helped get me across the finish line. And and people let me stay in their house. That was great. That helped me out a lot. So it was worth it. I'm glad I went out there. I'm really glad I went out there. I think it was the right thing to do. So it was just fun to do it in person and sign the documents and go in the office and go through the process of selling a home and holding up a sign. And it was just kind of an exciting morning. Felt really cool. It's kind of cool. I think it's more exciting than buying, because you're just, you're getting all this money. It's not like you're parting with money. You're getting money. You're just not getting a house. You're getting rid of a house. But for me, the house, there was no emotion. The house was just a piece of property for an investment. So it wasn't, someone had kidded me. It's like years ago, say, you didn't buy it. Like, because I said, my new home. It's like, well, if you don't live there, it's not a home. It's just a house. And I'm like, nah, semantics. But really, it's not, if you could go that way and just say, yeah, it was just never really a home for me. It was just a house. It was a piece of property just to make money. And one of the reasons it ended, because it was no longer making me money. Appreciation will always pretty much go up over time, but at this point, how much more time is needed and how much more money am I going to lose? At some point, the graphs weren't working in my favor, and I think I kind of realized it this year. That taxes just had kept going up and up and up, and the sales tax was one of the big things. I actually decided to sell before I even got the insurance boost of 40% increase. Before, because that's another several $100s a month that was gone. So yeah, that was icing on the cake. But I had already decided, I think. I was kind of close to breaking even, so appreciation was the only thing. And you can count on at least one big thing doing each year on average. So it would have been just I kept losing money. I just had to stop. It was no longer a good deal. It was a good deal for the 12 years. Overall, especially in the last 2 years is probably when it really made the most money on it. But I couldn't count on that to continue, and I didn't want to. And that's also stress. It's a lot of work owning a house and having to deal with people. And just even the past few months, so many phone calls and internet, and having to read reviews, make phone calls and decide on things, and just pay. That's a hard thing to do, even though it's an investment, you're gonna get it back. But that was just tough, and some of the things, that was tough. So anyway, Yeah, a good 24 hours. I was there quick. I finally got to Fort Myers. I finally explored the city a bit, and that was thanks to Chanel and her daughter. Like we just went around and saw the cool stuff. What Fort Myers, or I always call it Fort Myers, Fort Worth. When I say Fort, it goes to Myers. What Fort? Before I actually started going out to Fort Myers, I would always said Fort Worth, Fort Worth. But now it's hard to think about that. Um, yeah, what Fort Worth has to offer, and like the stockyards, whatever. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize. I thought it was going to be more being at really at a ranch and just watching cattle be moved, like out of some big acreage of land. Um, but no, it's nothing like that. It really is a touristy thing. It's not that's not a bad thing. It's kind of fun to see. It's like they're showing off the history and stuff like that, almost like a museum would do. So there's nothing wrong with that. It was just different than what I expected. But it is cool. I had never seen a longhorn up close. I've seen cows all my life, but a longhorn, that's an amazing animal. It's just because of the long horns. And it's like, dang, it's like, what do they even do with these things? It's like keep other cows away from them. You got your territory, give me my personal space. I pretty much got it. Um, and they just seem bigger than like regular cows that I'm used to. So they seem like huge beasts. You would not want to get one mad, I suppose. But even though, how would it actually, you'd have to like be clever to kind of gore you, not like a bull. But that was cool to see, and the fun stuff, and the shops, and just so much fur and taxidermy going on. That's insane. It's like, that's Texas. That's where you're in Texas. In fact, the shops that sell, like hats and stuff like that, it's all cowboy hats and boots and furs and all the stuff a cowboy would wear. And there are a lot of people that wear it, and tourists wear it, and the kind of locals, but like I think for most people, being a cowboy is just a fashion statement, and but I'm sure there's a lot of it is the like one of the rodeo capitals of the world, really, and trading steer and all that stuff. That is the heart of cowboy land, really, Fort Worth. So I mean, I say that without really knowing for sure, but I know it's a very big one, I guess. Is it the number one? I don't know. But all that stuff is, and I did see the rodeo where the rodeo takes place. And that's just amazing. That's really cool. I wouldn't mind going to a rodeo there. I think that would be kind of fun. Um, and just for this weekend, it was extremely cold. I mean, I just wasn't dressed or prepared. I kidded my friend Chanel going out in the morning, like when we're gonna go to town. It's like, we're not going to the Arctic. You sure you got enough? I mean, she was all bundled up, and yeah, I mean, I definitely regretted staying, and I didn't have a choice. So I borrowed a scarf, and that was about all they could really loan me, I suppose. But I was freezing. I was just so cold. Yeah, that's the one time where I wish I had been drinking because I was cold. But it was good to see everything. There's more to see too. So, I mean, would I go back to Fort Worth? Yeah, I think so. I would think. I think if we planned a trip and maybe even meet up a friend Robert and get some people going to Dallas and catch one of the touring shows and maybe tour some of the Dallas and maybe some more of Fort Worth. I don't know. So I would be down for that. Just not having to deal with any house. I would not be looking at houses. Tell you that right now. So people ask what's next. Well, actually, I got a trip to California in 2 weeks, so I'll be going down there. But what's next for real estate? I think is what more people ask. I don't know. I don't really know where this money is going to go. I mean, no hurry. Didn't do a 1031, which means I got to pay the taxes on this. But it also means I don't have to make a decision right away. I don't plan on like not making a decision. It's like I do want to keep looking and exploring. So. It would be, I mean, the states are small, really. Florida, Idaho, California. And people think, California? It's like, I know, but it was home for so long. It is hard to think about. I mean, it would be job related. If it was California, it would be just, I got to get a job there. And I don't even know if I would, I guess I don't know if I would buy there unless it were the Sacramento area or something like that. Florida and Idaho, I would probably definitely buy. And maybe even New York. I mean, I'm still not against New York. But other states, Kansas, Tennessee, Dakotas, no, there's like almost a hard no for almost every other state. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of good stuff about Carolinas, but I don't know anyone in that area, so it helps to know people. All right, well, that's it. it was fun. Had to do this right now because I thought I'm going to be tired later and busy. Thanksgiving stuff's coming up, so I want to be. In fact, the flight. I mean, I think it was a good time to fly today. I wouldn't have flown tomorrow anyway, but I think yeah, today was the day. Yeah, it would have been better yesterday to come home yesterday, but I missed up in the signing. I thought the signing was yesterday. It was today, so I couldn't plan that flight. But it wasn't too expensive, and first class both ways. So cool. Let's wrap this one up. And I do have a video coming out. I guess I gotta make it first, but about investing in Texas and all. That'll kind of cover more of what I've talked about, these finances and the taxes and the insurance. And another video, I think, really calling out Liberty for, I mean, it's not, I mean, they're all probably doing it, but they're the ones that did it to me. Nice people. I always dealt with nice people, but at the corporation, whoever makes the decisions on, who to give loans and how much, they just really kind of held me over a barrel on that. I mean, I didn't have a choice. I needed insurance, but that 40% really bothers me that they did that. I mean, I'm really upset with that. But I mean, I'm not going to go and do anything more than just leave a bad video. But I won't tell anyone, whether it's a couple people or a couple thousand, who knows. Yeah, I'd like to let people know that they did me wrong, I think. Yeah, so that's another video too. So a few videos. All right, and I still have to organize all the videos from this trip. So even though it was a quick trip, I still took photos, so it still counts as a flight, and I got the miles and getting closer to 100K. But I will not make it this year. Whole nother video. That's a video too. They're all videos. Cheers.